Good morning and welcome to the classiest place on earth. How the fuck are you? I hope you're well. Your heart, I think it's just a new version of like that vagina dentata thing, but it's like coronary dentata. I, I couldn't, I don't know. I got nothing. I don't know. I, no clue. T. Good morning, BDO. Good morning, Migrants. Good morning, Mag. Good morning, Bobo. Good morning, Rod. Good morning, Young. Good morning, King. And anyone else I missed. Good morning. I hope you're doing well. I actually have tea today. Yeah, I'm still on the seasonal. I'm trying to I ration it. You know me. I ration it. I'm definitely that fucking weird person who like saves the best bite of food for last or saves their dessert. Like I'm hoarding it. I haven't tried the other one, no. I try to go through one bag at a time because I'm worried that, like, air exposure will make the coffee stale, so I try not to open 2 bags at once. I love coffee too much, I think about it way too I treat coffee like weed. It's just it's everything. It is soul replacing. Good morning, Zoe, how are you doing? I was thinking about you yesterday. How are you doing, love? I need friends loving to put the news away. Yeah, I know. I feel, Bobo, I kind of feel bad lately because normally we kind of talk about the news and what's going on in the world a little bit, just to stay updated. But I don't feel like I have anything to say that would add to anything. I would just sound like an ignorant chud. Everything is terrible. Like it's just terrible right now. There's nothing else to be said. It's just too much. I feel like we're all inundated. It's like it feels selfish sometimes. Like I feel bad not talking about what's going on in the world because I'm like, I'm sure you guys have seen clips of people like bombarding politicians and shit when they're at dinner, like, hey, 63 of my family has died. Do you give a fuck? Why aren't you calling for a ceasefire on Gaza? Blah, 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 blah. It's just horrible. But it feels selfish because I want to make a space where we can get a break from that stuff. But like there are people in the world who literally have no break from that stuff. So it's really conflicting in my head. Like there are people in the world literally don't get a break. I don't know. It's very conflicting in my head. Oh my god, Snapdick, you're right though. Ugh. Thank you. I always tell my dad I treat weed like coffee. Yeah. It's special. It's like you gotta like hoard the best flavors. And this time of year, because it's cold and because I'm sick, I drink so many hot beverages. Like I'm literally just making tea and coffee all day long. I try to swap back and forth between tea and coffee so I don't use up all my good coffee because I just want a hot thing to hold because it's just cold. 'Tis hump day in the wonderful land of Nebraska. I've been watching, just, like, in the background watching Big Bang Theory, rewatching Big Bang Theory, and I forgot Penny is from Nebraska, and every time she says it, I want her to do it in the accent real bad, and she doesn't do it, and it makes me really sad. I know. Hot. I'm a bit of a news junkie, and I sometimes feel like I kind of am too, especially since as an adult I've found places to get the news that aren't the TV. Like I'm not watching news channels or like Good Morning America or something. Like I found legitimate people like Philip DeFranco's a major one. I've been watching him for his whole career, literally. Like now that I have places where I can go where I get like actually what's going on and not just I'm sure you guys have seen like those there's like I guess a TikTok or whatever short form content where people will show like the emotional roller coaster news channels put you through. They're like thousands of children dead in a bombing, but this week during Christmas, let's talk about Turkey and they do this shit. I hate it. I think it makes us kind of like numb. It's like designed to like inform and then make you not care or something. I don't know. It's really fucked up. My mom for a while she was addicted to some of those weird good morning shows and they was fucking her brain up. At what point should someone go into the ER? I mean, that's such a vague it's a vague question. Like what do you mean? Like if you are at the point where you're scared, go to the ER. Like, if you have insurance, it can't hurt to go. Like, if you aren't in an emergency, like, you're not, like, your fever's not crawling every hour or something like that, I would try to go to a clinic or make a doctor's appointment simply because, and I know you've heard me say this before, Zoe, but the emergency room of a hospital is the dirtiest place in the hospital. And if you're gonna contract something, it's gonna be in the ER, like, in the waiting room. That you're like, there's so many people in there just coughing and sniffing and babies spitting shit, and, like, it's just like, ER is, well, like, you're bleeding out, you're dying, you're willing to risk another infection because you'll die if you don't, kinda thing, you know what I mean? It's a bit like, if you can, like, if you're not like, this goes for everybody. If you're not in an immediate emergency, I would advise a doctor's appointment or going to, like, a clinic as opposed to the ER if you can. You're gonna get the same care, but you're putting yourself at a much lower risk of getting something else. You know what I mean? I remember when I broke my rib during COVID, I had to go to the ER. Like, I'm one of those. I don't go to the doctor. I don't go to the ER or anything. I'm terrible that way. But I had to. Like, I couldn't breathe because my rib was broken. And I was just sitting in the ER with a mask, watching all of these people around me cough and hack and sniff. And I was like, oh, please, God, no. Please fuck me. Up until yesterday, my country in the UK was the only one calling for ceasefire and amended the King's speech for a vote tonight at Westminster for UK line to call for a ceasefire. Yeah. It's all about the sources of your news. Cable TV just isn't right. It isn't. It's designed for a purpose and it's not to inform. Good morning, Theory. How are you, love? Am I early today? Don't I normally start at 9? I normally start at this time, don't I? I don't even know. I could be wrong. I could have my clocks wrong. I don't know. I use Ground News or News Nation for a much more balanced approach to the news. It's smart. Because it's balanced. That's a really good way of putting it, Young. It's a balanced approach to the news. Like, I don't want to be just fed leftist news. I don't want to be just fed Trumper news. I just want to know what the fuck is going on. That's it. I don't want an opinion. I have an. I can form my own fucking opinion. Mainstream media is propaganda produced by big corporations and their sponsors. Yeah, literally. That's why it's designed. Exactly. Yeah. I get anxious not knowing what's going on in the world, but I get even more anxious and depressed not being able to do anything while also feeling even worse trying to live my life, going to school while people are dying. Yeah. I mean, it's a really, really hard mental place to be in, Bobo. I totally get it. Cause, like, what do you do? It feels terrible to go about your day, smoke a bowl, and enjoy and, like, try, like, I get it. I'm dealing with it literally every day. It's like, am I selfish for protecting my own sanity? Because I'm no help to anybody if I crush myself under the weight of what's going on in the world, you know? I don't know. It's really hard. Like, I wanna be there for people, but also you gotta, like, keep I don't it's real I deal with it every day. I think about it every day. It sucks. It's just shitty. It is. It's a conundrum. It is. I mean, Robo, I remember seeing it when I was a kid. Like, I don't think it takes a lot. Like, if you just go in, I guess, I don't know. As a kid, I wasn't, like, watching the news to look for confirmation bias because I didn't even know what that was. I remember thinking, like, this is just a bunch of bullshit. Cough manipulation, cough. Who said that? The ribs was terrible. Good morning, Synaptic. How are you, love? Recently would say for the last 3 months, you started between 4 and 5 PM. Yeah, yeah. On Mondays, I start an hour late. So yesterday, because I have therapy in the morning. But other than that, I try to be on time. OBS tried to update this morning, and I said no. For the Rod and anyone else that's a streamer out there, there's an update. Do not let it go. Wait. Never hit the update right away. Ever. Ever. Don't do that. It's never a good plan. I'm always surprised by what cable news is or is not telling people, like my aunt. Like, she'll only know one half of the story and she only watches liberal channels. Same. My mom does the same. And I'm like, I know your heart's in the right place. Like, I know my mom has good intentions, but it's her generation. She doesn't, like, she's like, I'll never forget this. It was one of the weirdest moments I had realizing that my mom was definitely, like, separating. Like, she's getting a lot better. She's actually stopped watching those morning shows. This was a bit ago, but it was, like, at the height of the Black Lives Matter movement. And there was a huge protest in Seattle, and I'm sure some of you saw it, but there was video footage of literally a cop car blew through a line of protesters, just popped a whole bunch of protesters. It was horrific. And I was on the phone with my mom talking about it, and she just kept saying, honey, people can edit footage all they want. that people can do whatever they want on the internet. That could be edited. And I was just like my brain froze and I realized what she's like what she's being kind of fed. You know what I mean? Good morning, Tony. How are you, love? Good morning, Japita. How are you? I hope you're doing well. I'm always surprised. Wait. I have to find. Oh, my chat jumped twice. I almost read that twice. I have to find source. I have to find sources of truth to help me keep my sanity. The media's touch on YouTube is now a big source. Midas touch. The Midas touch. I think I followed them because of you. We're nerds. We search for the truth online. I've been doing it for years. It's true. I think there's something like inherently in us that's like that's some bullshit. We sense it. I meant Tuesdays, Yeet. I meant Tuesdays. God damn it. Because tomorrow Tuesdays are technically my Monday because I take Mondays off. I'm sorry. That was my bad. It's Tuesdays. I'm sorry. Yeah, no, you're right. You're right. It's just my brain being an idiot. So when I spoke to urgent care, they gave me referrals to the local ER for my issues, and I don't have an established doctor out here yet since I recently moved. But otherwise, I'm fine and can operate under my own power. I just literally can't stand. Otherwise, my blood pressure, heart rate spikes. 130 BPM, a minimum 130 over 85. Getting a splitting headache, vertigo, dizziness, muscle spasms located in my back. So hence I'm asking if I should go to the ER. No, totally fine. I wanted more explanation, Zoe. Seriously. Like when someone says, like, when should I go to the ER? Like, I know what's wrong. Like, I know what you're suffering, but like, you know what I'm saying? So essentially, what I would tell you as a medical professional is if whatever is causing you an illness, pain, sickness, etc., is interrupting and causing you not to be able to complete your daily activities, it's time to go to the doctor. And if the ER is your only choice, wear a mask, wash your hands, don't touch anybody. So, like, I mean, literally, if you stand and your heart rate spikes to a 130 over 85 and doesn't go back down. Like everybody's heart rate spikes when you go from a state of immobility to mobility. No matter what, your heart rate spikes because now it has to deliver oxygen and blood at a higher rate to more tissues because you're going from a state of rest to action, right? So no matter what, everybody's heart rate spikes when they stand up. But if it doesn't equal out again, if it doesn't level out, and you just like you just never get out of the dizziness or anything, yeah, it's probably time. Because it could be a case of just like you are dehydrated. Like literally you might just need a banana bag or something like that. Like it could be a very minor thing, but if anything they could put you on some antibiotics or something. So Crayon, you're calling me out. Whoa, years ago I was in a vehicle accident and got 5 broken ribs. Okay, what did they do for you? Just curious. My mom's an established Democrat. I'm slowly turning her progressive, and she's admitting it. And that's kind of what I've had to do with my mom as well. Like she very much like because she's so vehemently hates Trump and hates the Trumper mentality, she's gone that opposite, like she's a, left, like hard. And I'm like, you can be in the middle. Like you don't have to like it doesn't I don't know. It's not like team sports. Politics aren't team sports, and I feel like a lot of people treat it that way. It's just like die hard. They have to go extremely one way or the other. You don't have to be an extreme. You can literally be your own person, right? And it's weird to have that conversation with my mom because I watch her brain like, "Oh, you're right. I have gone." Like I don't in my opinion, this is just my opinion. I don't think it's healthy to be extreme one way or the other. Extreme is never a good plan in my opinion. That's just me though. Like it doesn't seem healthy to go extreme either way. There are always people dying someplace in the world, always has been, always will be. You gotta live your life. So that's what I have to reason with in my head. Literally, I tell myself that a lot. I'm like, there's chaos all the time, everywhere. And I like this is horrible. Like, if horrible things were happening in where I am right now, like say my town was being bombed or something, I personally don't think I would want the rest of the world to wallow in what was happening to me and not go on with their lives. Like, I want I mean, want, like, sympathy, obviously, real humans can't help it. We're gonna be sympathetic. It's a horrible situation. But you know what I mean? My eyes are editing reality. Ooh, Fruity Pebbles. I love Fruity Pebbles, Nigel. That's a really good strain. Fuck yeah. I mean, Chronicle, and that's the thing. I can tell CGI. Like it was. Yeah. Yeet, I'm definitely having a day. Yes. I'm having one of those days where I can't stop running into things or dropping stuff. Like, I ran into so many things with my hips this morning, I almost just quit the day. Just one of those days. I don't know why. Main news from Phil. Yep, I love Phil. He's so great. I love you, Zoe. Seriously, like if the urgent care says that all of your symptoms are leading you to see it's time for the ER. Especially if you have insurance, like please. Because worst case scenario, they're gonna send you home and say you're fine. You know what I mean? Like worst case scenario, they'll be like, nothing's wrong with you. It doesn't hurt to go and get checked out though, because you just never know. And if you still have a kidney stone, God knows, maybe they'll go in and ultrasound that shit up and break it up so you can live again, for fuck's sake. Yeah, just be ethical and give a shit about others and use your brain. Think for yourself. Like, you don't have to seek out someone to tell you what to think. And I feel like a lot of us are so lost, and that's no shade, no like dig on anybody. I feel lost. I have no idea what I'm doing, and I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I don't think I'll ever know. We're all lost, and like we all like look for someone to tell us: Are we doing well? Are we doing it good? Are we doing it right? And you don't like it sucks, but we don't really need that. You know, trust your gut. Ideological purity is dangerous on both sides. I like that term. I mean, I hate it, but yeah, that's a good way of putting it. That ideological purity. I'm not a medical professional, but I struggle from episodes of that. I have SVT, and if I hang myself upside down from the side of my bed or couch or something, real usually helps. But those symptoms sound very similar. Germanic, do you have POTS? That sounds like something like sounds like symptoms of postural orthopedic tachycardia. Basically, it just means the posture of your body can control your heart rate. I have POTS, and like for instance, if I'm kind of just feeling shitty for no reason, like I'll just be like, why do I just out of nowhere, like I'll just kind of start to feel shitty, put my legs up above my head, and within 5 minutes, I'm better. It's just because I have chronically low heart rate, and if I sit still too long, my blood just stops moving, and I start to get cold, and like I'm gonna die. Yeet, I tested negative, so I don't have the active virus anymore. I'm just like this is just like the post. Which I from what I hear from literally everyone that I know who has had COVID, you just have these post symptoms for quite some time, which sucks. But thank you for asking. I'm feeling a lot better. I'm getting my energy back slowly but surely, and that's giving me a lot of hope in my soul. Lizard Tell, thank you so much for subbing to the class, keeping the class alive, and giving a fucking ace swings for 5 months. I appreciate you. That's a long fucking time. Go forth and be consensual in all the ways, because nothing in this world is sexier than pure sober consent. And thank you. My voice. I would like to come back now, please. I remember when the fires of 2017 were happening around me where I live. Oh God, where I live was surrounded by fire, and there would have been no way out had it continued. I was shocked how poorly informed people were on what was actually going on here, despite it being reported everywhere. I mean, that sounds like what happened in Maui recently. Like all those fires and shit in Maui, there was no alarm. Like the alarm system was almost a joke. Like half the people on the island didn't know the island was literally burning down until it was in their backyard. It was fucking insane. And this was so recent. Like a cell phone alert, like anything. When I had the broken ribs, they kept me in the hospital for about 3 days under observation to make sure I didn't have any internal bleeding injuries. Good. Like, you were in a fucking car accident. It's so scary. After that, they released me and put me on 30 days of convalescent leave. I was in the military. Okay. I was in good shape that they didn't have to tape me or anything. I went in for an x-ray at about 15 days to check on the healing. Man, they did x-rays on me and shit, and then they just sent me home with painkillers. They're like, there's nothing we can do. You have a broken rib. I was like, okay. So I literally just had to lay on my back and try not to breathe for weeks. It was horrible. Lead with kindness, 100%. Oh my god, there was one ride I used to work on, the seats have foot plates that protrude out quite far, and some days I'd be fine, I was literally the moment you said it, all I could think was, "You're gonna bash your fucking ankle bone." The moment I read the fucking foot pedals, I knock my ankle bones all the time. It's literally one of my least favorite things in the whole world. I'm cringing. Ow. Fucking ow, dude. Kelty, am I hunching? I'm trying not to. Thank you, Yeet. I don't feel as like there was I mean, the first like week of coming back to streaming, I don't really remember it. Like, my brain was just fuzz. It's real weird. I got swine flu, way back in the day because I was literally the year swine flu broke out was my first year of clinical rotations, and I wasn't this sick for swine flu. Swine flu didn't have a post sick. Like, shit, this stuff sucks. Don't fuck around. Wear goggles? Sure. Good morning, Delon. How are you, love? Good morning, Will. How are you? I'm doing okay. I've been tested for POTS and it came back negative, but right now all testing is on hold while I'm receiving treatment for leukemia. Oh shit. Yeah, that makes sense. That's probably more important. But yeah, I have the same thing, like dangling my head off the bed sometimes helps. It's weird. I can't imagine what broken ribs are like. I had weird movement from EDS, and that's enough to lay me up for days. It was horrid. Yeah, I couldn't breathe. Like, it was the weirdest pain because everything you do, it's almost like I imagine migraines, honestly, it's probably like having a back problem. It's connected to everything. I mean, all these, your serratus muscles that like intertwine into your ribs and shit are all connected to your back. Every movement, breathing, cough. I couldn't smoke weed because I couldn't cough. Like, every fucking movement was just like a knife being stabbed into my chest. It was and I just you couldn't even breathe. You just had to lay there and hope for the best. There's nothing you could do. It was so bad. I had some fat bruises I can't even imagine. Ow. Dude, the ankle bone thing, fuck that shit. Body condoms, I need a body bubble. Off work today? Fuck yeah, dude. You gonna do anything fun? When you have a rib injury, sneezing, coughing, or laughing hurts so much. My friends used to have a lot of fun trying to make me laugh. Jerks. I would have punched them if I could. You've been through enough. I know. I hurt myself all the time. This is my theory though. It's like there's I don't a say I don't know what you would call it, but basically like the more you do something, the more likely you are to fuck it up. Like the higher the chances of you fucking it up go. And I'm a go go go. Like I'm constantly going and I'm constantly doing it. And so the rate of me hurting myself is probably exponentiated because of that. That's all I can come up with because I don't aim to harm myself, but I get hurt a lot. It's because I can't slow down. No shit, Robo. That's exactly my issue. I physically can't slow down. COVID slowed me down. Like, that was it. But I physically cannot. I gotta go. Like, Energizer Bunny. And because of that, I slam my body into shit a lot. It's terrible. I remember when cracking a rib from coughing. Oh my god, from coughing? Ow. Fucking ow. No, thank you. She can't. I literally can't. I know. It's horrible. Being sick laid me out, and that was terrible. Time will do it for you. Patience, young grasshopper. Robo, I've thought about that actually recently for some reason. I've been thinking about that. Like, just weird memories of my mom as a child. I don't think it ever goes away. Like, I catch myself doing weird things that my mom did because she's, my mom, obviously, but like super undiagnosed ADD, all the things. And like watching her keep herself physically busy as a kid used to drive me insane. Like, I remember when we were kids, we'd want to watch a movie, and my mom would have like a stack of mail next to her, a magazine, and a book. And we'd be like, Mom, you're not paying attention to the movie. And she'd be like, Yeah, I am. And I never understood it. Like, I literally thought my mom just hated hanging out with us. It's just undiagnosed ADHD, dude. She's hard. I don't know if this dies. I think my body will sabotage me, and then I'll just go crazy in my head because I physically need to move to make this shut up. So once this can't move anymore, this is gonna go, you know? This is gonna take over one day. Dude, I love I love that song, Hurt. It's so good. I'm trying to start my own league, but honestly, good hide and seek players are hard to find. Jesus fucking Christ. Have you ever seen that episode of Portlandia? Side note, it's really funny. There was another ride I worked on that had seatbelt buckles. I have jammed things under my fingernail over and over because I hand sew like a psychopath. Ow. Fucking ow. It was definitely my fault. I cracked my rib because I refused to stop smoking despite my bronchitis. I mean, it was so hard for me to not smoke when I had my broken rib. Cheers, by the way. I see that. Cheers. Hold on. I have a bowl. I gotta pack a bowl. No, Will, I honest to God do not think I could do it. Zach tried one. He's told me this story before. He tried one ages ago. He went with a friend of his, and I guess the appointment you sign up for if you're gonna do a sensory deprivation tank is, like, an hour, and he said he made maybe 20 minutes, I think. Like, I would just like, the little pod that you're in would just start echoing with the screams of the little girl inside of me that is crazy. I don't think I could do it. I think I'd lose my fucking mind. I think it might be a crazy time for me, like, almost, what's the word? Solitary confinement. I can't even stand to go get my hair cut because I have to sit for so long, you know what I'm saying? Like, any time where I'm forced to sit it's a form of torture. I don't know if I could do it. I've thought about it though because, I do have a crazy like, Will, we've been friends for too long now. My brain is crazy on the inside, and it's just like a chaotic nightmare storm, and I'm in the middle of it waiting for a cow to hit me in the head all the time. I thought about it, like, just in terms of, like, trying to teach myself how to meditate or calm my heart down or whatever, but I might actually crack in that pod, and I'm not ready to crack yet. Not yet. Not yet. It's just not, it's not time. Someday, yes, but today is not that day. And it won't be because I pay for it. Weave, thank you so much for summing the class, giving the class 11, giving an ASMS 31 fucking months. That's a real 40. 40.
That's a long fucking time. Goddamn. Thank you. I appreciate you.
Oh, yeet. I mean, because I get it. I'm you. Like, we reach to do something and do not think about the consequences of said instant. Like, I do this thing all the time. I jam my fingers all the time. I've had the same size fucking hands for quite some time now, like a large portion of my life, more than half. And I go to grab something that's against a wall, I will jam my fingers into the wall every fucking time. I reach without thinking and hurt all the time because my brain is like, do the thing. And it doesn't go the extra steps of like, the thing might hurt you, you know? Altered states? Oh my God, what is that? Right, well, yeah, I was crazy once. I don't want to do the crack crazy, you know what I'm saying? Cheers. I packed a bowl. Right, Tony? I think I might go crazy. Like it's a trap. Like that's trapped to me. I think I'd go fucking crazy. Did follow age not work? What the fuck? Is my bot broken? That should work. Oh my god, my supervillain origin story would absolutely start in a fucking origin tank. Or an origin tank, a sensory deprivation tank. The sensory deprivation tank is the tank that, the Joker and whatever Harlequin toss themselves into for me. Yeah. Oh yeah. I'd come out a different person. You wouldn't want to know her. She'd be angry. My ducks are absolutely not in a row. I don't even know where some of them are, and I'm pretty sure one of them is a pigeon. I think they might be chickens. Oh, follow age doesn't work anymore. No shit. So you just have to click your name in chat. I know you could always do that, but that's a bummer that follow age doesn't work anymore. A bong built into a lava lamp. That's genius. Dude, I've been seeing these bongs lately on Instagram. I've been getting ads for them, but they're essentially like a Nalgene bottle, and it just looks like a Nalgene bottle. It's even clear, but it works as a bong somehow. Like the sippy straw that goes down into it, that you would like, I don't know how they did it, but it's a bong. It's kind of fucking genius looking. I've done a lot of LSD once and then went to the bathroom and shut the door and turned the lights off to see what would happen. Why would you do that? Oh my God, I'd lose my fucking mind. I couldn't do it. So I like Shibari. It's a lot of sensation to focus on. So it isn't the absence of feeling, quite the opposite, but it makes the focus singular, which is quite relaxing. Man, I cannot even. Like the feeling you're describing is what I get from putting myself in like physical pain from working out. Essentially, it's like that moment in my run, which I haven't gotten to do in ages because this fucking COVID shit. I'm really scared to start running again. This like there's a point, like, at the beginning of the run, it sucks. It always sucks for, like, a mile, but there's a point in the run where my body is so physically tired and exhausted and focusing on the run that the only thing I'm thinking of is, like, inhale, step, step, exhale, step, step, inhale, step, step, exhale, step, step, and it's, like, this moment of clarity where my brain isn't freaking out over just literally anything it wants to at any given time, and there is some level of just, like, peace that I get from that, but I have to put myself in, like, a physical state of exhaustion, like, pain. I don't know how else to put it. Pain, not I don't, like, hurt myself, but, like, working out kinda pain. Physical, not exhaustion, what's the word? You know what I'm talking about. That's basically what it is, same thing. So it's like your brain literally can't focus on anything but the immediate activity. Good morning, Viata, how are you, love? We just cheers if you'd like to join us. Altered states, okay, hold on. Yeah, it's like an incognito bond. Altered States is a 1980 American science fiction body horror film directed by Ken Russell, excuse me, based on the novel of the same name by playwright and screenwriter Patty Chayefsky. Chayefsky? The film was adapted from Chayefsky's 1978 blah, 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 blah. What's it about? Oh, it's about schizophrenia? Oh, God. That's gotta be some dark shit. I remember feeling like I was in a Parisian building with, like, a spiral staircase just flowing up in front of me. God, that's weird. Oh, just with your eyes closed in the bathroom? That's kind of amazing. You fell asleep, Tony? Well, I did go through a point in my life where I tried meditating, like, legit, like, just sitting there, in silence and meditating. I would fall asleep every single time. Every single time. I started doing yoga because I was like, "I can't just fall asleep. Like, this isn't meditation. This is just passing out." Good morning, Reasonable. How are you, love? And we don't need it. It's just kind of a bummer. Like, especially if people are on, mobile or something. It's that flow state. Yep, exactly. I drove from Ohio to California in 2 days with no radio, no audio, no other person, and just get disconnected from everything and drove. My brain would go to bad places, I think. Runner's high. I've heard that term before. I don't know if is it real? Like, they say that at a certain point, your body, like, releases all these endorphins to cause pain relief from the running. I don't know what that is, but whatever it is the only time in my life, in my day, that my brain isn't just the only moment, literally. I've tried things like sensory deprivation, like just trying to be quiet and, silent and shit, and I start to go a little crazy, like, I start rocking back and forth and stimming and shit. Just wait until you hear about the emergency release device we use for the seatbelts. It's a very long, thin metal strip, about 2 millimeters thick and 7 to 8 millimeters wide. No. Sometimes the emergency release key won't click far enough, so you gotta strike the key? Dude, you live an abusive lifestyle. That sounds horrific. Watch that movie, you dare. It sounds kinda like, Clockwork. Is it similar to, like, Clockwork Orange? No shit, runner's high is real. My dad did a 26.2 marathon, and I yelled at him as he passed, and he didn't hear or see me. He was just going. I get that. Then I get it. That's definitely a thing. Oh, it worked for you, Glut. Weird. Huh. I don't know. Good morning, Molly. How are you? Thank you, Taco. It's actually it's a Maryland Ren Fair shirt. I found it. It's actually a child's shirt. This is like a junior's, it's like child size. I found it in the mud of the parking lot at the Ren Fair on my way out, and I was really drunk, and I was like, "Free shirt." Thank you. Okay, Mogrins, no shit. I've never had so I've never had an emergency shit while running ever in my life, but it's absolutely real. There are literal subreddits dedicated to it. There's a subreddit called the One Sock Club. I think it's reddit.com/r/one sock club. And it's runners who have had to sacrifice a sock to their asshole while on a run. But it's never happened to me. Like, my body clenches down. I don't even need to pee while I'm running. I have to, like, remind myself to drink water because I don't think about it. I don't get thirsty, even though I'm definitely thirsty. You know what I mean? But, like, Scott, my boy Scott, he had to sacrifice a hat. He's told me many times, like, if I'm ever running on a trail around the local area and I see a hat, don't touch it because that's his butthole hat. Like, it happens. It's never happened to me, thank fuck. But I've kind of had a digestive system of iron my whole life, which is great. So I don't. Other than having an ulcer, it's never happened to me, but I know it's real because every other runner, it's definitely a thing. Follow age is working 7 years. Jesus Christ, Tony, that's a long. Damn. Damn. Found in the mud, seriously, and then I tie-dyed it. Free tie-dye child shirt. It's the best. When dad was running, he stopped in front of a business in Zanesville and took a shit in the bushes in the middle of the day. I mean, if you gotta go, you gotta go. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Nuh-uh. No, he didn't. Is that hat in my house? No. Is that hat in my house? No. I have to burn it. No. Ew. No. I'm gonna kill Scott. He actually went and got the hat. Jesus Christ. Nah, dude. Nah. Fuck that shit. I have to burn it. I have to find it. I have to find it and I have to burn it. And then I'm going to ream. Why would Zach accept this? What the fuck? Do I have a shitty hat in my house? So this was earlier this year, Viata. Scott told us, I guess, a legendary story. I don't know. It seemed very legendary, but allegedly he literally was on a run one morning and had a runner's shit, meaning like an emergent, oh my God, cold sweats, got a shit now. And he had to use his like hat to wipe his ass. Which I still, I don't know why I didn't question him, but like, of all the things at your disposal, your hat? I don't even, like, I don't want to picture that. I don't know, man. Scott's a pretty proud man. I don't know if he would make up a story like that. Watch times are totally off. Watch times have been reset at least 4 times since I started streaming. Yeah. I don't think watch times are real. Like, Tony, for real. I've been streaming almost 10 years. There's no fucking way they're that low. Like, you guys would have accidentally definitely watched more hours than anyone's follow time or watch time is actually gonna show. By falling asleep in my stream, like, literally, it's so easy. Yeah, they've been reset many times by Scott, unfortunately. Najee, I forgot my fucking water. I gotta go get it on my break. I'm a bad person, I apologize. I drank a shit ton of it this morning, though. He gave it to Zeke for his birthday? How did I not know this? Zeke took it because he was afraid what Scott would do if he didn't take it? I mean, same. A sock is the obvious choice. That's why there's the One Sock Club. Like, that's a very common thing amongst runners to know about the One Sock Club, people that have had to sacrifice a sock to their asshole. It was the cheapest clothing on him? Okay, alright. Shit. I get it. My socks I run in are so expensive. They last forever. I think I was talking about these socks literally a few weeks ago with you guys. Like, I have some socks that are over 15 years old and they're still in perfect condition. They're runner socks. They're like $15 a pair, but holy shit, do they last forever? I would maybe think twice. I would probably sacrifice a sports bra before I sacrificed one of those socks. They are kind of expensive. Shit, I'm not on Scott's side. No. Mackenzie, that's what I was thinking. Like, no shit. I would listen, no shit. Ugh, where's the poop jokes? I listened to a podcast recently that was talking about like the origins of toilets, like how indoor plumbing came about. And in ancient Greece, people used broken pottery chips to wipe their assholes / scrape it off they're assholes. And we know this because we recovered said pottery chips. Like, can you Holy shit, ow. But then you have to well, the thing is, Viata, people that are part of the one sock club, they abandon said sock. And it's I mean, you should walk a like, if you have any trails around you where you see runners or any in town and you're just bored one day, walk a runner's trail. I guarantee you'll see a clothing item on the side. Just something. I've seen underwear, I've seen socks, I've seen hats, I've seen t-shirts, and they're usually balled up in a bush, and you know what happened. It's inevitable. It's I've never seen it occur, but I see the clothes. New tier list idea, which clothes would you sacrifice to a runner's shit, right? And, like, what if you're one of those, like, confident asshats who runs, like, without a shirt on? Or you're just, like I know some people, you know, they run in basically nothing, like, you're really running the risk, no puns, I'm sorry about all the there's so much hyperbole here, I apologize. Maybe he caught oh, shut the fuck up, Viata, I can't even. The mental image of what you have just typed is going to haunt me. Maybe he caught the shit in the hat, but as a wiping product, I think the shirt's a better choice. How smart is he? I don't know. Oh my god, it brings a whole new meaning to the word asshat. It's too early, it's too early. A smart wool, no shit. All of my nice socks are smart wool. It's the best, right, Tony? I actually was when I don't know why I was on the topic of socks, but I was talking about smart wool socks a few weeks ago, and Knives went out and bought himself a pair, and he messaged me on like Instagram or something and was like, "These socks are incredible. I'm buying more." I was like, I never even thought about it, but I legitimately have socks that I've had since I started running, which was when I was 21 years old, and they're fucking perfect. I mean, they don't, you know what I'm like? It'd be one thing if they were full of holes and I was just holding on to old socks. Like, that's a problem. They look phenomenal. You would never have any idea. They literally are in perfect condition. There's something to it. Like, there are good socks out there. The good old days. Trouble, I mean, it looked like just shattered pieces of pottery. It was pretty wild. I'm hoping they picked a soft edge because Jesus fucking Christ. And then they found the aloe vera plant and all was better. And then they just, rode each other like puppets. I don't go anywhere near runners. Y'all are weird. I know. I know. You're right. The base of my skull headache has relented enough to have thought, "Oh, Genova, boo. Have you had enough caffeine?" Normally, if I'm gonna get a caffeine headache, that's where it is. It's like this area right here at the base, and it's just like feels almost like a tension headache. Make sure you have enough coffee, honey bean. Not that I'm saying like OD on coffee, but like make sure you're on top of that because it's gonna suck. Caffeine headaches fucking suck. Yeah, those headaches, man. Thoughts are overrated, though. I 100% agree with that. Like, and I mean, I think this goes without saying, but in no way, shape, or form do any of us require thinking here in this stream. We're gonna play games and get stoned and, just have a very chill hump day, as usual. Get some kofefe. I'm drinking cold tea. It's delicious. Oh, Genova, that happens to me. I've found that sometimes it depends. Like, headaches are different depending on what's causing them. You know this. If you get headaches, you know. But I found like if I only have a cup of coffee or two in the morning, and then I don't drink any caffeine throughout the whole day, almost always wake up with a headache the next day. It sucks. Caffeine, though, what an acceptable drug. Like I just noticed my skiing socks in my drawer the other day. I have MS and use a walker now, but these socks are too good to toss. You can still wear them. Now they're just hot knee highs. Fuck it. Yeah, I'm the same. Like if it's a good product, I have some. I mean, there's a lot of my clothes, like, I haven't shopped for clothes in, like, over 10 years, but a lot of my clothes are from, like, REI and shit, because that's where my mom gets clothes, and she buys them for us for Christmas, and they will never die. Those clothes, like, I don't wear half of them, but they will never die. I will wear them, but I wear them once in a while, and they're just, like, perfect. Every headache I go down the list, did I eat? Did I drink water? Did I sleep enough? Do I need caffeine? Do I need THC? So I try them all, and if that feels, I eat 4 Advil. I do almost the exact same thing. Literally, Viata, same. If I start to get a headache, it's like, have I eaten something? Have I had salt? Have I had sugar? Have I had water? And then I usually do stretches, like I do some yoga stretches, release my back tension or whatever. I'm like, and then I'm like, all right, it's time for the Advil. Let's go. Glug glug. But I try all the things. I think that's what's important, right? Since you were 4, you got migraines when you were 4? Do you take anything for them? And the have I pooped? That's another big one. Constipation is one of the leading causes of cystic acne, actually, I learned. My friend just sent me a box of Keurig cups from the original donut shop coffee. Oh my god, can you tell a good coffee from regular store stuff? Good coffee is something else. It really is underrated. It's so good. A Coke and 2 ibuprofen is my magic migraine potion. I feel like mine's usually it's either Advil sinus headache or Excedrin. Those are the 2 that usually do it. As someone who gave up on caffeine because I don't drink Dew anymore, I'm glad I don't get those. Yeah. I mean, I've usually like once a year, usually in the spring or early summer when it starts to get hot outside, I do like a caffeine cleanse because all winter long I drink so much coffee and tea because I'm cold and I just want to hold a hot drink that by the time spring rolls around, like I'm just 24/7, just like knocking back coffee and tea. So I usually like around Lent, my family's Catholic. I'm not practicing, but Lent is fun to challenge yourself. Sometimes I'll cut caffeine out of my life for a fun 40 days and 40 nights, and that's a fucking thrill, but it's good to reset yourself sometimes because honestly, you can get really bad. It can get I get to the point where I'm just never don't have a cup of coffee, and that's a lot of caffeine. That's a lot of hot beverage and a lot of fucking caffeine. Now, Jill, that literally took me way too many seconds. I'm just gonna leave that there for y'all. Tell me how many seconds that took you, because damn, I was like milliseconds, maybe a whole second. I'm glad we all have the same checklist. It sucks. It sucks, but I'm glad we all do the same thing. Seriously, it gives me a sense of peace knowing I'm not the only one out there just like existing in this anxious state of like, do I have a migraine or am I in one? Coffee is good. Excedrin's nice, but I have liver. Oh, good on you for being good to your body though, not abusing your fucking liver. I only drink soda during winter months. Isn't that weird? And that's me like with coffee and tea. Like I just drink it constantly in the winter months. And then the summer, 1 cup of coffee a day, maybe. Random medical question. I had wrist surgery a few years ago, but now I have pain in my wrist. I'm wondering if it's arthritis. Is it common to get acute pain years later after surgery? It's actually super common for that to happen. And the vast majority of the time, it's usually caused by scar tissue accumulation, pinching a nerve, or pinching, like leaning on something it shouldn't be. And depending on your own biology, like if you're what we call a keloid farmer, we can't really do anything about that scar tissue because your body will just grow more and more and more scar tissue. But usually it's a scar tissue thing, and a lot of the times, massage therapists can actually help you depending on where it is in your body. Make sure to like call a masseuse if you're gonna go to one. But if you ask them, there are massage therapists who are trained. I'm trying to think what the term is. It's like post-surgical massage. There's a very, very specific massage that's meant for post-surgery, and it's specifically so the muscles and tendons don't heal in a knot or heal stiff in a weird direction or something like that. But a lot of times they can go in and they can actually massage that whatever's causing the pain out because it could just be something that healed a little funky or something like that. But yeah, it's actually pretty common. Yeah, which is unfortunate. I drink a lot of hot chocolate too. I fucking love hot cocoa. Bunny, have fun. Don't forget coffee. Yeah, is that what it is? Adhesions? My massage therapist, her background is in doing that. Like she used to work in rehab clinics for people who had major surgeries or major like flap, like muscle. Like I've told you guys, I've had patients where their pec muscles like rotated up under their cheekbone or something. That was her background. I was fascinated, so of course I was asking her a million questions, and it was really fucking interesting. Like working in a surgical center, I didn't even know that existed. this like cool post-surgery kind of massage to help loosen tendons and muscles and break up those adhesions or whatever the fuck they are. Because I think I might know that word actually, Tony. Because my massage therapist was telling me, like when she was in school and they got to look at cadavers, they actually saw cadavers where muscles were fused onto bones because the body was so clamped down that the muscle just like fused in place over a bone. It's fucking wild. Good morning, October. How are you, love? Get it, bunny. Get the hot, juicy bean water. It's exactly why all my doctors post spinal fusion, I almost said infusion, told me to walk all the time because the scar tissue can fuck up your whole recovery. Yep. It's literally a case of if you don't move it, you lose it, and it sucks. If the headache gets bad enough, I'll take Excedrin to wipe it out, but it also wipes me out. I feel hollow after I take it. So do I. What is that? Same. It's like you get relief from the pain, but it's not like you can go about your day normally after that. Weird. Same. I really wait for Excedrin until I'm at the point where I'm in tears, and then I do it because I'm just like, I'd rather feel nothing. I'd rather feel hollow than this. But damn, I'm glad. I mean, I'm glad I'm not the only one, but that sucks. A Graston tool? I gotta Google that. What's a Graston tool? Just show me, internet. Oh, I've seen those before. Yeah, it's almost like it's like a dulled butter knife or something like that, and they kind of like push down the muscle. Oh, I've seen those before. Those are wild. I've never had it done though. Does it work for you? Hot cocoa literally is the best. Hot cocoa is everything. If you use water for hot chocolate, you're dead to me unless you're lactose. What if I use, I mean, oat milk? Oat milk is the shit, in my opinion. It's the best fake milk. Like, it's the most real tasting of the fake milks. Like, real, not real tasting, but it has the best consistency or whatever. All the other non dairy milks, to me, are just watery and weird. David, I take it up a notch. My little sister, for Christmas last year, got me a hand frother. It's like an immersion blender, but it's like really tiny. And so I heat up the milk and then I froth it and get it all foamy. It's so fancy. I get real fancy, but it's so tasty. Why is frothed milk so much better? I don't know, but it is. It's still milk kind of, right? I don't like hot chocolate made with water is emergency hot chocolate, but I don't understand it. Like it does not have a flavor. Like it's almost flavorless, just hot water with like this weird aftertaste. Real little marshmallows, no, not those weird crunchy ones they put in the pack anymore. Those are weird and sad. I dislocated my shoulder years ago and ended up developing an adhesion around the joint. It took lots of massage and stretching to break it up. That's literally what I'm going through at this moment, Tony. Literally. Dislocated my shoulder in high school snowboarding, and now I have to go to massage therapy because they're slowly like fucking crunching it out of my shoulder because like after the injury, my body just kind of did this and like pulled in my shoulder and like protected it, because I didn't go to anything at all. Like I just went home. And so she's trying to pull it out again. And man, it feels amazing. I think I've told you guys this before. I definitely have. But the first time that she like recognized what was going on and she started doing that massage right here to this pec muscle, I think I was on my stomach and I had my arm dingled off the side of the table. And I am not exaggerating in any way, shape, or form when I say she hit a spot that literally made my entire body just break out in instantaneous cold sweats. I could feel the sweat dripping off my fingertips immediately. It was insane, the level of relief that I got just from her hitting that adhesion and start just crunching into it because it was literally like frozen into my shoulder. Like my muscle was stuck, which is crazy. The fact that I've gone through life just this way. Oat milk is the shit, right, Auspex? Dude, it's the best, and I've gone through all of them. I use hot water and heavy cream. Oh, yeah. Fuck yes. I've used hot water and milk in conjunction, because sometimes if you have heavy cream or half and half, it's a little thick. Like, if that's all you got. Have you eaten today? No. I run on hatred and THC. Someone's hacked my phone. I'm feeling attacked. Steamed heavy cream, fucking A, dude. Oh, yeah. Why is it better? The air bubbles make everything better, and I don't understand it. The Twinings Swiss hot chocolate. I don't know if I've had that. I go Swiss Miss because I'm a really basic bitch. Oh my god, though. Last year, BDO, BDO gets me coffee from that fucking King's Coast, which is a lot of streamers get sponsored by, and he buys it through the sponsorships, which I think is really awesome. If you find someone sponsored, buy stuff through their sponsorships because it really helps out. But he got me their hot cocoa. King's Coast hot cocoa is fucking off the charts. It's legit, like real. I think it's like 70% cocoa. Oh, holy shit! That shit is the best. It's so good. Get it if you want. It's really fucking good. Spite is incredible. Spite keeps people alive. Like, legitimately keeps people alive longer than they should be. Spite is fucking wild. This all sounds very healthy and responsible, but I'll have you know, I drank too much and my head hurts today. Maybe you need some hot cocoa. Song in the world. I tried to smoke it out, but it's persistent. Water and a spoonful of peanut butter. No shit. I swear it's like almost foolproof. Someone told me this ages ago. They said, because when I was in college, we were all like, trying to come up with hangover cures because, college. And someone told me, if you ever wake up, like, this happens to me, and I don't know, I guess this is common, but if you drink a lot the night before, for some reason, some people wake up stupid early in the morning, and it's because our blood sugar gets all fucking fucked up, so our body kind of wakes us up like, hey, you should drink some water or something, as opposed to sleeping off your hangover. But you want to go back to sleep, because obviously you're hungover, and you just went to sleep an hour ago. Go to your kitchen, chug a glass of water, take an ibuprofen, and a spoonful of peanut butter, go back to bed. You will go back to sleep. I swear. The peanut butter, it has the sugar and the protein and the fats, and it just helps level out your blood sugar perfectly so you can go right the fuck back to sleep. It works. I mean, it doesn't cure a hangover, but it allows you to go back to sleep so you can just fucking sleep it off. It's legit, man. I don't know. I don't drink anymore, like I drink socially maybe a couple times a year, but it works. Like, we could rally. It was, drink responsibly. I love how you can we can just pivot from runner shits to hot chocolate. Well, now they've gone together in my head. This is a dark place we've gone. Amaretto's the shit, but it depends on the kind. Dark chocolate is best chocolate, I agree. It works. Peanut butter and pho. Pho, definitely. I mean, if you wake up after the peanut butter and the sleeping and you still feel icky, get some pho. Cure-alls. I don't know what it is. I only have peanut butter in my house, literally, for if I can't sleep. It just helps your blood sugar. I don't know what it is. It's crazy. Hangovers suck. I have to pee really bad, so we're going to take a break. Every hour and a half, 2 hours-ish, whatever, I take a break and I stand up and I stretch my legs and I get my water, which I have forgotten somewhere. And I encourage you to do the same because blood clots are real and you don't want that shit. Stretch your dicks, get a water, load a bowl, do what you need to do. I'm gonna get my water because I obviously need it. My throat sounds horrific. Replace the lost moistness, y'all. You need your moistness. Everybody needs a little moist. Moist. Mary Glutens. What the fuck? Tony, what the tit fart? You sneaky shit. You generous motherfucker. What the shit? Hold the fucking. Tony, you.
You moist bitch.
Thank you. Holy shit. I didn't even hear that go off. I should have heard that. You sneaky motherfucker. Tony just gifted 10 subs in the chat. You generous shit. Thank you. Molten Kevlar, Schmeez, Mad Matter, Cynical Shuffler, Ursader, Rogue Newbie, Jinja Ninja. I really hope I said that right. I apologize if I didn't. Anubis, Macon Lenius, and Karumba, you're all butt wizards of the highest order. Go forth and be consensual in all the ways because nothing in this world is sexier than pure, sober consent. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you. Have you guys ever thought about the game Hangman and how fucked up that is? Like, let's draw someone being strangled by a rope while someone reads our mind. Thank you. You left us unsupervised. Shenanigans, you shenanigan motherfucker. Damn. Jack Black needs to just go ahead and release the greatest song ever. Stop with the tribute. Dude, seriously, like, how long have we been dealing with the fucking tribute? You literally were, like, saying a song to the devil. You're telling me you can't remember it? I don't think so. Ooh, a cello? Wait, hold on, let me grab it. I don't know why that just I think I saw, like, a weird meme earlier today about Hangman, and I was like, we still do that when we're bored. Like, we would either do that or the dot thing where you would have a piece of paper and you would, like, you know, just draw a shit ton of dots, and then you would draw one line, pass the paper to someone else. They'd draw a line, pass the paper, draw a line, and you do that or Hangman. Like, it's like Ring Around the Rosie. Like, that shit has some fucking nefarious base, right? Ring Around the Rosie is something pretty fucked up, I think. Hold up, I'm just moving it over. I love the Black Keys. They're great. Song's almost over. I'm not going to cut it. He didn't sing the song to the devil, though. He sings the song in tribute to the song that he can't remember. No, I think they sang the perfect song to the devil, but the song they're singing us is about the perfect song they sang to the devil. Correct me if I'm wrong. Isn't that it? Should we listen to tribute? We'll listen to that next because I don't remember. I feel like they sang the perfect song to the devil, and now they're telling us the story about how they can't remember what the song was. But I haven't heard the song in ages. I'll have to play it. It's been a while. I know it by heart if it's on. I don't know. I'll have to listen to it. I don't remember. I have no idea. This is pretty funny. I would like I would like to award you the highest honor I can bestow. Turn notifications on. Those like the air filled, whatever you want to call them, those things. When people get in them and they just wiggle around, they're just so fucking funny. I die. I got water, by the way. Yes, I miss you, but get your fucking nurse on. I did the accelerated program too, and I remember graduating and being like, "Oh my god, sunlight! Like, what is life?" I had no hobbies. I didn't know how to read anymore. I mean, Andrew. Like, I've said this multiple times, but like, no shit. Nursing school, medical school is so fucking intense that it will never leave your brain. Like, I forget my own name, my own phone number. I forget everything, but I will never forget any medical information. Like, that shit is so in there because of that program you do. It's crazy. Like, it's wild, but man, you're gonna love it. Trek suits are fucking great. They are. They're holding their little tails like security blankies. Rod, you generous fuck. What up? Thank you so much for gifting us up to Odious. How are you, boo? Thank you for gifting us up in the channel. I appreciate you. Dude, accelerate. I guess I'm just an idiot. I'm maybe it's overconfidence, but I did the accelerated program anytime it was available. Like, even when I was doing my chem degree, they offered the OChem series accelerated in the summer. So instead of taking like a quarter of OChem 1 and then a quarter of OChem 2, I did OChem 1, OChem 2 in the summer quarter, which is already shorter. It's like 6 weeks. Idiot. Fucking idiot. But the like, I just see it and I'm like, I can do it. I'll get it done faster. It'll be fine. I'll do that. Fuck Ochem in the balls. Ochem can suck my big, big, big moist dick. Ochem sucks an ass. I mean, accelerated programs are great because you get out faster, but Jesus fucking Christ, the stress of it all. Rod, it was so, I mean, you still get the same amount of class. Like, you still get the same amount of hours in the class and everything. Obviously, you have to get the credit. Like, they can't give you a credit for going to school less. But instead of having, like, for instance, during a normal quarter, for me anyways, I would usually have like one chem class per quarter. And you would go to class like 3 times a week, and then you'd have 1 6-hour lab. And instead of doing that, you would go to class 5 days a week, and it was labs every day. So you would go to class for 2 hours and then go into a 4-hour lab every fucking day. It was insane. So you were still getting all the same information. You just didn't have the amount of time to like metabolize the information. It was like rapid fire. It was insane. It was so crazy trying to learn that shit. Like, I just lived on the campus. I don't remember ever going home. It was literal insanity. Hold on, I gotta pull up tribute now because I don't remember. This is just a tribute. Gotta believe it. You wanna watch the video? We might as well. I don't know. What's fun fat? I don't know what that is. Am I unfun fat? How does one become I want to be fun fat. Running in sand and water, dude, right? They ran in sand and water. That clip is in slow motion though. I was thinking about that. Like how many seconds do you think that is realistically that they ran through that? Like I have no idea. Like they really didn't do a lot because it was slow motion. But yeah, running in sand. I remember when I first started running, literally the year I started running, I went to Hawaii with an ex's family. And I was like, "Oh yeah, it's gonna be gorgeous there. I'll just continue running while I'm in Hawaii." Ha 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 ha. Ha ha ha. Sand sucks. Like you think you're in shape and then you go run on sand. You don't know shit. I know, literally. How many watches did it take us to realize there were sequins on his panties? It's almost like the I'm gonna loot that body video with the drumstick. Like how many times did it take us to realize there was a drumstick involved in that video? I have no idea. So many. I've watched it so many times and I didn't know. They're comfortable in their own body, right, David? I kind of think it's that. I don't know if confidence is the word. Confidence is so subjective. But yeah, it's just like they're just here for a good time. And I mean, I just see two guys who enjoy food, and I too enjoy food. I get it. Food's delicious. 20 seconds, maybe, right? Yeah. They didn't do a lot, but I bet they did a lot. Oh, there's fat that you don't want to be, and there's fat that you want to be. Tenacious D is fun fat. Yeah, like they don't give a fuck. Relentless positive energy, right? But it doesn't feel like toxically positive, which is nice. I don't know what dictates the difference in that, but there are some people that I just want to vomit when I'm around because they make me feel like I can't be mad or something, but I feel like I could be mad. You know what I mean? So many. Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. They're at peace with their own body weight, right? I mean, I hope, like, here's the thing though, right? I would have probably said that about a lot of heavier comedians who have absolutely killed themselves, and we've later figured out that they were insanely self-conscious of their bodies, like, hated their body, hated that everyone made comedy of their body, etcetera, etcetera, etcetera. So, like, I hope that what we're saying is true, and it's not just an act, and they're not, like, going home and crying at night. Because it happens over and over, we've all like, all these super funny people that enrich our lives we find are really sad on the inside. I hope that's not the case, because man, I've had so many good laughs because of those 2. They deserve to be happy, you know? Jack Black, Kickapoo duet? Shut the fuck up. Hold on. Shut the fuck up. Calling out pro-lifers not speaking up for the kids of Palestine, but will pick it on abortion clinics. That's not shocking at all, though. Are we shocked? Are we shocked? Yeah, I hope it's genuine happiness, but, like, I feel, I have a place of privilege where I get to be, like, really, really real, and both of them are kinda old and come from the older generation of media where they didn't really have that privilege, and I just hope. I hope. People that make us happy deserve to be happy, right? Yeah, it's hard to be shocked anymore, but man, the hypocrisy doesn't shock me in any way, shape, or form. Like, that shit's just it's shit, you know? It's shit. Move. Is this a video? It's in if it wasn't rare, we wouldn't strive for it. It's a rare thing you find your soul creature. Yeah, they're phenomenal. I don't even know what to do there. It's toddler core. Where did CK get my vacation? I stole them. It's fine. Oh my god, Najee, what the fuck? No, I don't even know. It's a conversation in a text form. "Hi, I wanna get to know you." Reply, "Holy shit, are you sure?" I'm deceased. Oh, man. Hard same, though. You can't put those worms back in, baby. Once we open that can, they wild. Let's go. Is it I think so. Is it Fox Cult? I was just moving that one over. Is it a video? It's not a video, I don't think, right? Man, sometimes there's screams I like. You never know. Hi, Sleepless. How are you? Good morning, LZT. How are you, love? I like some screaming. I don't know what it is about some of it that I don't like, but some of it I dig. I don't know. Music's crazy. Dude, Jack Black has to be ADHD or something to have that level of energy. I dig this so far. This guitar sounds really nice. Thank you for that follow, Sleepless. Yeah, we got like all the vibes. Like basically whatever you're looking for, we can probably pull it out, you know what I'm saying? It might come out of our Jesus pocket, otherwise known as our assholes, but you know, we've been taught by the internet to check there frequently. David, I'm not fucking with you when I say I sent this video to Glut last night. Like I saw this on Instagram yesterday. It must be making the rounds. It's phenomenal. It's so funny. Like you know where I stand on this shit. Like obviously the generational shit is bullshit, but she's what is her name? What is her last name? Liza Singer or something? Oh, I'm trying to remember. What's her last name? Do you want the link for the Tenacious video? Tenacious D? Hold on, I got you, boo. I got you, boo. Is it you want the Wicked Game song though, right? That the one of them running in the water? Thank you, Rod. I appreciate you taking out the trash. I forgot. That's a my bad. This is a link to the beach running one. This is good. I don't hate this at all. I like this. This is pretty. The sick verbal drum solo. Did I save that? Did I keep it up? Is that this one? Yes, yes, yes. Hold on. I got you. I got you. I got that one too. It's under "You Never Give Me Your Money" / the end. If anybody wants to like Google it. Valen, you fucking motherfucker. Welcome, Raiders. My name's Katie, and it's wonderful to see all of you today. How are you doing? Ready for more filth and debauchery? The metal. Welcome, welcome. How are you? I don't ever try to scare anyone. I don't try to scare anybody. Oh my god. Valen, do you remember yesterday when we were talking about fucking Gen Z, Gen X kind of bullshit? Amazing. Hold on, I want to like this song because I do like this. The guy's got a pretty voice. I don't think this is too screamy at all, Rod. But again, I don't know why, because I could listen to another song that sounds just like this. If it's a different person screaming, I might be like, ew, what's happening here? I hate this. None of it makes sense. Music taste is beautiful, but who knows? Oh, trying not to scare. Okay, I was going to say, like, I don't try to scare anybody. It just happens on accident. Welcome, Raiders. It's wonderful to see you. Valen, I hope you had a beautiful fucking stream. So David posted this in chat, and it's hilarious because I literally sent this to Glut last night. I saw it on Instagram, and it's just a chunk of a stand-up by Eliza Scherzinger, I believe is her last name, Scherzinger. I might be saying it wrong, but she's really fucking funny. And it's like a rant about being an elder millennial getting ragged on by the younger. Is it Gen Z? I'm gonna fuck them up forever. I think they're basically astrology, right? It's funsies, but like, nah, there's no real standing there. There's too many human beings in the world to generalize us all by like the time of year we were born or whatever, you know? In my opinion. I mean, let's be real. Valen and I are on exceedingly similar wavelengths in that we can fluctuate between a conversation on how to make the best cup of hot chocolate and whether or not horse cum is a glue product or a food product fluidly within a few milliseconds. And we thrive on it, and that's fine. So, like, cocks and cum, everyone.
Cocks and motherfucking cum.
Cheers. Dude, my nose run. God, isn't that fucking great? She's hilarious, dude. Eliza Scherzinger, I believe is her full name. I think. I hope so. She's great. She has a lot of good stand-ups. Like, please check her out. Alive. I'm glad. Oh my god. My throat hurts. That was so fucking funny. Jesus Christ. We walked on Instagram so you could run on TikTok. Fucking kills me. Kills me. I just saw that on TikTok last night too, and I sent it to Glut, and I was like, because we were talking about this shit yesterday in stream. Like, the vast majority of our community is Gen X or whatever, but I don't like it's just a way to describe when you were born. I don't think it says anything about you inherently as a person. It's like astrology, you know what I mean? Like, people are far too there's too many humans and far too varied to say like everyone born in March is X trait. But it's fun. It's funsies, and it is that shit's hilarious. Because I totally used to make fucking apple bongs all the time or apple pipes. Our Eliza's better. I think she's Liza. Is she Liza or Eliza, the comedian? The one we just watched, not Eliza, not our cookie. I think it's Liza, right? It is. It's Liza. Yeah, I might just have been pronouncing it funny because my face really fucking hurts now. God, she's funny. Yeah, the apple part really fucking hits home hard. Yeah, hard. Yeah, dude. Clone a Willy. We haven't watched that in so long. It's gonna hurt my face. It's so good though. It's fucking terror bad good. Kills you fucker. Thank you so much for gifting a sub to Greg. Greg.
Welcome back, bitch. Mwah.
It's more about grouping people based off their life experiences they shared. But do you think that I think we're too varied to say, like, especially, like, I guess coming from just the standpoint of, like, the US is so fucking big. When I hear about the childhoods of people who lived on the East Coast versus mine, vastly different. Because, like, I watched 9/11 on the news when I was in 8th grade, but they heard 9/11 3 blocks down the road when they were in 8th grade, which, I don't know, different. It's a rough one. I don't know. It's hard to say. I don't know how you bunch up people and say like we all have the same traits or something like that. Or like I still have never had avocado toast. Just saying. What the fuck? Hold on. Young at Heart just gifted a sub to fucking Applebong. Shut the fuck up. Applebong 420's an account. That's beautiful. Applebong. Thank you for both saving me from eating that mealy ass apple I get from the cafeteria every day, but also giving me something to do at lunch. Because god damn it, if I'm not a crafter today because of all the strange smoking apparatuses we created as children, I don't know why.
Hail Lilith.
I want my voice back. That'd be great. Stealth gifting while working, you sneaky fuck. I appreciate you. Okay, if you don't know what Clone a Willy is every time. It just gets worse every time. Yeah, the fact that a lot of people in chat are really questioning whether or not there's a follow-up, throw it up. Let's see. Let's give them the follow-up because it gives you a bit of a giggle after that horrific brain acid that is now stained in all of us for the rest of our lives. I love you so much, Fallon. Thank you so much for the raid, and I hope you have a beautiful day. Stretch your legs and drink some fucking water. Yeah, like it's just it's bad I've watched it a couple times now and it's just terrible. Every time it's terrible. I don't know how one moves forward in life after that. Oh my god, Glut. It can go even further beyond. There have been studies that show that sexual preferences can be hereditary, i.e., you like blondes and one of your parents likes blondes. That made my ass involuntarily clench real hard. This keyboard's so weird. I don't have an Alexa, but okay. Playing People Are Strange by The Doors. It's a great song. Got it. I have the follow-up buffering. Why have a dildo in the same shape as your husband's? I feel like that might be due to the husband's maybe insecurities or something, or maybe like like, hey, look, even when you're not around, I still fuck you. Kind of maybe something. Maybe he wants to poke. Maybe he really. Maybe that's how she can literally tell him to go fuck himself. Where do you get your t-shirts from? I made it. This is actually it's a funny story. I told it early this morning actually because someone complimented it, but it's actually like it's a Ren Fair, a Maryland Ren Fair shirt that I found in the parking lot stuck in the mud, and it's child's. It's like a child's size, large, like junior's large or something. But I was drunk off mead, of course I was, and I found it in the parking lot stuck in the mud and was like, free t-shirt. But it had like gotten sun bleached in some parts, so I tie-dyed it and then did a dip dye into teal and made it. So if your wife likes to art stuff, tell her to look up bleach tie-dye and then just get some like Rit color dye. That was all I did. Bleach tie-dye and then dyed it with some teal. Super easy to you know, mix up some if all your shirts are black, and maybe you want something that's not black once in a while. Some, very once in a while, but once in a while. And you got sun bleached shit, then that is yeah. Okay. Are we that one was just press it against your Volvo. I mean, what if I don't have a Volvo? The wheeze, I know. He wheezes and then I don't know which one, but someone snorts. As a soft goss, my only color comes from a few leggings and a couple gray shirts. Same. I feel like everything I own is either black or like annoyingly neon. It's one or the other. Did you just fart? Oh, you have to go outside. Is that your bum? Hello, Bubba. How are you? You want to come say good morning? Hello, my beautiful boy. How are you? Did you sleep well? Oh my God, can you imagine? Oh, no shit. So I always thought, hello, baby girl. I always thought Volvos in general were like really hardy cars. Like, weren't they came from tanks or something? But I saw this video on YouTube the other day and it was like a crash test. They're trying to eat my headphones. It was like a crash test video where basically they had a car just like nose to a cement wall, and then a semi would drive at like I don't know, it didn't look too fast. I think it was like 35 miles an hour at the rear end of that car, and then they rated your survivability scale based on how much the car crunched. And Volvos were a 0% survivability scale, and that shocked me. I thought they were supposed to. Oh, it's older. It's older Volvos. Is that why? Maybe they had a more recent one. The safest, I guess they were like they weren't brand new cars. They were like, probably like within the last 10 years, last 15 years, which to me I would say was a new car, but whatever. Um I'm stuck in the 90s. It's okay. uh the car that had the highest survivability rate was a Bronco, which shocked me. It was like a 78% survivability rate. It didn't shock me, but it shocked me that no other car, like there were so many vehicles that kind of tout themselves as being really hardy. BMWs smushed 0%. That one was wild because I thought those were also designed to kind of be mini tanks at one point, but I guess they make them. They're not any cheaper. Like, up to the mid-90s? Yeah. It's the Void Boy and the Killer Queen. Seriously, we should write a song. You're just a sweetheart, aren't you? You don't kill things like your sister. You revel in the chase, though. You're still a hunter. Don't even try to fool me with those sweet cuddles. Get a stick in you, bud. I really want to get them groomed, but also it's cold out, and I know they like having their winter coat, but you're looking scraggly, bud. Should we finally do the pony cut? Oh my god, I've never done a funny cut to my poodles because I just why? But there is one cut I guess you would kind of consider funny, but it's called a pony cut, and it's basically a full body mohawk, and I've always kind of wanted to do it because it just looks kind of badass. But also it give you your fur to keep warm. My boy, my sweet sweet boy. They were known for really safe cars years ago. See, I haven't. I know nothing. I know nothing, Jon Snow. I just remember I was like, wow, Broncos though. Good job. Older models were tanks, safe as fuck. New models, not so much. Black grays and some teal here. This year I'm incorporating pale orange. Fuck yes. Do it. Oh, really? Old Volvos used to be all steel? Holy shit, a car? Well, I guess that was kind of the way a lot of older cars were made, right? They were heavy as fuck, right? Most old cars were way more safe than anything these days. Cars used to be made of metal. Now they're all plastic and fiberglass. Very much so. Like my high school car was this little. I don't know. I don't even remember what year it was anymore. I think a 1990 Saturn LS. And I lived in the backwoods of middle of nowhere's Fuckville, so I hit a lot of deer. And my car would just take it and shatter, but you could just go to like a pick and save like scrapyard and find another fender and stick it right the fuck back on, but it would not have survived another car. Deer are one thing, but man, that fiberglass, it's easy to replace, but it does not. I mean, it literally just shatters. Used to be in accident recovery, no car is hardy when hit by a truck. Agreed. I mean, I like survivability. Like you could probably attest to this as well. Survivability doesn't necessarily mean coming out on the other end of that accident in a good way. You know, you might survive, but every bone in your body is shattered. That's usually what I witness slash have experienced when dealing with car accidents. If people end up in the ER and end up in my care, they are fucked up. Like they're in a bad way. You know what I'm saying? They're alive though. I don't know if they want to be. Exactly. Being in a coma for the rest of your life is technically surviving. I've told you guys about how like that's how hospitals maintain like excellent report cards for transplants and shit like that. If the transplant goes bad, we'll just keep you in the hospital until the day that you're officially considered a surviving case because everything is different. Like I think it's 3 years for breast cancer, a year for a lung transplant, I think even less for a heart transplant, et cetera, et cetera. We'll just keep you in the hospital and keep you alive until the day after, and then we'll let you go home. Sick. Surviving is not necessarily coming out well. Yeah, exactly. It's not injury free, just survivable. Like when we go to work. Yeah. Oh, no shit, that's actually a misconception. Older models didn't take damage, but were horrifically unsafe for the passengers. Now it's reversed. Car crumbles, but passengers live. Oh, damn. It's got to be the car science I don't understand. Volvo also invented the seatbelts that we use today, the 3.1. No shit. Volvo invented the fucking seatbelt. Saab was another really safe car. That was another. That's a German car, right? Where's Steve? I think German cars in general used to be. My dad's was a motorhead. Like he's grease monkey. And growing up, just hearing him say like, "Oh, you never want to buy anything American, get a German car." I think I heard German cars were usually in general very very safe. Oh, they're Swedish. Okay, Saab and Volvo, or were. I know nothing, Jon Snow. Crumple zones save lives. The old cars would turn you to chunky salsa. Look at my boy's little orc teeth. You got the cutest little orc teeth, bud. He smiles. He's so precious. You better love straws. Ever put a cheeseburger in a blender? Try it out. My wife has the biggest spirit boner for Asian made cars, Kia, Toyota, Nissan. Honestly, my like Toyotas, My family had a Toyota that still to this day I think is running, and they ran that fuck into the ground. There are some cars out there that seem mildly indestructible for some reason, but I don't know what it is. If it's just my dad's, like I said, like kind of a grease monkeys. He loves cars. He loves sitting in the shop working on cars and shit like that, and restoring old cars. He's been restoring a Comet for God knows 20 years now. Um, but we had a Ford Taurus. My mom had a Ford Taurus, and she did this job. She basically did home care as a respiratory therapist, but in Eastern Washington. And it is just, Eastern Washington is one of those places in the world where it is remote as fuck. Your neighbor is 15 miles up the road, a 25-minute drive. Like, that is a neighbor. That's the closest person. That's kind of where I grew up most of my high school slash middle school years. And so doing home care, she would have to drive literally like out like 6 hours plus a day, just driving up into the mountains to see people that lived in little, mobile homes and shit full of ducks and pigs and whatever. No joke, those were real stories. But she put over 500,000 miles on that Ford. And I grew up hearing, Ford found on road dead or whatever. People would make fun of American brands all the time. But because my dad's a grease monkey, he's so anal about all of our cars. He would give them personal oil changes and just take care of them so acutely that I wonder if it was that or if it has literally anything to do with the make. And like, there's a lot of cars these days. Like, for instance, Jeep. Correct me if I'm wrong. Jeep is owned by GM, and GM used to be an American brand, but I think it's made overseas now, right? Like the engines, at least, I think are actually made overseas. Fix or repair daily. Yeah, I heard those my whole life. But both my parents, my dad had a Ford F1 350, I think, the really big, like very quintessential farmer truck that was red and white striped. And it literally had an air horn on the top with a string on the inside you could pull. That thing went forever, like forever. So many miles, just because we live in the bumfuck nowhere. So you're driving, X amount of miles everywhere you go. Found on Road Dead was the one I heard a lot. Yeah. It's owned by Chrysler, not GE, not GM, excuse me. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, thank you. Where's Chrysler from? Is that American? Man, I haven't heard about Chrysler in a long time. And that's the thing. Like growing up, my dad always told me that Hyundai was Hyundai, however you want to pronounce it. It was like a kind of like a Saturn, like my little Saturn LS, basically a plastic car, cheap, affordable, but will go forever, really good gas mileage and shit like that. But they make them so fancy these days. Like, Hyundais are fucking nice. When I was working in Seattle, probably around 15 years ago-ish, as a respiratory therapist, one of my coworkers, also named Katie, had a fucking Hyundai. And when she told me she got a new Hyundai, I was like, oh, my dad told me those are shitty cars. I got inside and it was like a spaceship. It was so fucking cool. It was so modern. I was like, damn. I had no idea. Oh, it's a Dodge Chrysler. Oh, Dodge Chrysler. Thank you, Dodge Chrysler. There we go. There's where my brain. I was like, Chrysler, man. I couldn't connect them to anybody. Yeah, changing your oil and making sure to be up on your on your just general care of your car, yeah. The Taurus was a decent car. That shit went forever. And my mom, like, it didn't die. She ended up just selling it because she was like, it was almost at 600,000 miles. She's like, I should get a new car because I don't want it to. She didn't want to break down in the middle of fuck nowhere in the mountains. Lotus. What's a Lotus? Lots of trouble, usually serious. What's a Lotus? Is that like a European car? I don't think I've ever heard of a Lotus. I learned that when researching Jeep Town that some years of cars are better than others. I knew that in general, but like I learned specifically with Jeeps, there are some years of Jeeps that like Jeep owners detest and they swear the fuck off. They're like, burn them if you find them, get rid of them. They're so terrible. And I don't remember anymore what was wrong with them, but it was pretty wild. My Hyundai's 13 years old and mostly fine. I believe it. That's actually a really good life. 13 years. Ford trucks are great. Their cars are often trash. I can remember my grandparents getting a new Ford car and driving from Florida to VA, got the transmission replaced twice. My mom's Taurus went forever, but probably depends on the model. Was your grandparents like a Fiesta or one of the cheaper ones? Hyundai really has rebranded, and their cars are nice. They feel like a luxury vehicle on the inside. Like my brother, one of my older brothers, is kind of into looking good, I guess. I don't know how to put that. He's had like, you know, when it was really cool to get a Hummer, he got a Hummer, and now they have a Lexus, and et cetera, et cetera. And I've been inside a Hyundai, and it felt way more comfortable. It was way bigger on the inside, like the leg room for a tall person. Like my head was inches away from the roof. It was insane. You have so much room in those cars. It felt better than the Lexus. The Lexus felt like I was sitting in a weird hard plastic box, and I was like cupped in, and everything was small, and I kind of had to do that. I don't know. I don't understand the fucking like the pretentiousness around it, I guess. Like, you do you, boo boo. Some people fucking think Jeeps are pretentious and whatever. It's been my dream car forever, and I love mine, and I will live in it if I have to. Suck my dick. But likewise, like, you do you. You get the car you want. I ain't here to judge. Lotus is British, the classic James Bond car. Oh, okay. That's where I knew I'd heard of it before. I just couldn't picture one in my mind, but now they say James Bond car. What are usually known as if there's more than one Katie in a peer group? I have a Finnish name that you don't see a lot, so I always wonder about this experience. What am I known as if there's more Katie in the friend group? Honestly, when I was like in high school or like around people in general, I went by my last name because I did sports. I was like kind of a jock. I did all the sports. That I think would be the only thing, but because of that, I was just called by my last name. And really weird, growing up in a super super fucking weird small school, like literally graduating class of like 32 kids. There was 3 Katies, like 4 Jessicas, 5 Brandons. Like there was so much repeatings of names that the vast majority of us all just went by our last names because it was the only way to distinguish apart. But my family actually mostly calls me Kate. And so usually if there's too many Katies, I'll volunteer up Katie. But on the internet, that's actually how I got CK. Like from ClassyKatie, most people refer to me as CK, and like I don't know, I kind of just got it because of Nocturne. I think, was it Nocturne? Yes, it was Nocturne. So I think it was like the second TTRPG that I ever did on Twitch, like a live show over on Table Story called Nocturne. Fucking phenomenal. Actually, how I met Zach. He hated me. Fun story. But in the cast, not only was me, ClassyKatie, Classy Pax, and then Katie Peters plays. So we had a Katie, a ClassyKatie, and a Classy Pax, and it was just like, oh fuck, what do we? So we went KPP, Pax, and CK. None of us took the repeating name, and ever since then, it's just when people are like want a nickname, or I just say CK, and it's stuck. Like, and I'm cool with CK. It's honestly very versatile, and I'm fine with it. But yeah, it was a moment where we all just did a Discord call, like, shit, this is going to be really fucking confusing. Because when we do RP shows like that, like there's a lot of the time where I can hear, for instance, Sheepy or Pumpkinberry in my ear, but you guys can't hear them. They have the audio switched off for stream, and they're giving me cues or saying like something's going to happen or that I need to do a secret roll. And like, but we can all hear it. Like everyone on the cast hears it. So she could, like, it would have just been terrible. There were 2 Katies and 2 Classies. Yep. It was funny, but now we're like eternally bonded and friends forever. So I've never been attached to my name, so I have exactly 0 issue with giving it up in any instance whatsoever. I really could give a fuck less about it. There's a dog hair on my face. You guys always shed on me. Classbacks, Katie, yeah. Yeah, it was wild, but it was fun, but very confusing. That's true. Funnier story. He still hates her, but she makes up for it. 3 people with my first name. Gee, we just got numbers. Oh, that's beautiful. Just as a project truck, 1996 F-150 regular cab, short bed with an inline-6 engine. This is a 500K vehicle easily. We have 230 on it, and it looks almost new. Fuck yeah. I have almost the same truck with an 8-foot bed and has 250K miles on it as my farm truck. They both get 18 miles per gallon and are just boss vehicles. Fucking A. That's actually really good gas mileage for that. My own mom couldn't get my name right. I answered almost anything. Same. Like my mom, to this day, she will go through every single one of my siblings and all of our pets. Like when at a point when we had like 4 dogs and we had pigs and we had chickens, she would go through every single name before she got to my name. Or she'd be like, CaKatie, Casera. That was very, very common. But also the reason I got my name was just so fucked up and weird. I kind of like I don't mind disassociating from it. That's what they do in cults. They take away your name. But what if I'm giving it away? Dude, amen on that, Viata. Absolutely. Agreed on that. We had like 5 Chris's at one job, just use last names for them all. That's basically what we did in high school and college and shit if there was more. Because Katie is a fucking common name. Like it, my mom didn't look or didn't care to look, I guess, the year that I was born. But it was like Katie was the top 5 names. It was like Jennifer, Jessica, Katie, Brittany, Tiffany, I think, was like the top fucking names. So we are prolific. Oh my god, you only have a couple months though. That'd be a lot of crunch. I always find it funny when people get overly attached to their name. Like, I'm a Robert. You can call me whatever the fuck you whatever you really want. Same. Just not Bob, because that's my father-in-law. That's what my father-in-law is named, and it makes it really awkward. I get that. Yeah, I get that. I don't think like Catherine is a family name, but no one has gone by Catherine or Katie or Kate or anything like that except me. My mom named me after her own father and couldn't remember my name. My mom actually had to call me a couple years back to ask me how to spell my middle name, but I kinda give her a pass because my dad named me for I was named after my dad's best friend in college who was slaughtered, who was, like, murdered. It's so weird. So I kinda give my mom a pass. I'm like, you really had nothing to do with that. I probably wouldn't remember it either." It explains why you rub your legs together and scream so much. Wait, what does? Wait, what does? Wait, what? Help. I'm stupid, remember? I know a Sarah who just claimed the nickname Shorty and still goes by that. Are they short? I always wanted a unique name, but, I read like a psychology paper, journal article, whatever, back in the day, when I was in college, and it stated that kids who have unique or standout names, society actually, like, subconsciously expects more of them, and therefore is more disappointed when they don't prove to be super exceptional, and people with, like, basic ass names like me, people don't really expect much from, so they're, like, way more impressed when we actually, like, do anything. How's that working out for you? Oh my god, instead of cicada, shut the fuck up. I love cicadas. I am loud and annoying, and I do submerge from the ground every 7 years to fuck, so you were named after your grandpa, that's kinda sweet. Wink Taggart was the name of my favorite Vampire the Masquerade character I made. Nice. I wish I would have done something like that. I kind of made a throwaway, and it just ended up a permanent thing, and we're here. We're stuck here now. I think name experiences are pretty interesting. My real name is Marin. That's a beautiful name. Marin, is it Marin or Marin? Marin? And I've been called every pronunciation under the sun and then some. But then I hope I'm not pronouncing it wrong. Marin Morris came along and overnight, is it Marin? Because I don't know who that is either, but I'm really bad with names and have a super Marin. Marin, am I doing it right? Or is it Marion? Like Maid Marian. It's still beautiful. My name was number 3 in names in my birth year. That's beautiful. You've experienced the same things then, yeah? I had a teacher wanna call me Katya for years because he said there's too many Katies, and I was like, "No." He's like, "That's the Russian pronunciation." I'm like, "That's not real. Stop it. You can't just make up a name for me." I mean, Marion would've been cool, but Marin's really I'm trying to think, there's another famous actress with Marin in their name. I wanna say they're French or something. Marin something is it something Marin or Marin something? I don't know. It'll come to me. Sin, how are you, love? I have one of those that can be spelled multiple ways. People almost always guess the wrong one. Same. Like, and I feel like they want my name to be spelled interesting, but the way that Katie, like, that is literally I think that or Katy. I don't know which one's more common. I think mine's more common. It's the most basic Katie spelling ever, but people always wanna spice it up, and I'm like, "No, you don't have to get interesting. It's not. Trust me, it's just the base. Like, it's there." I hate that makes sense with the total unique name stuff. I'm sure, I mean, it kind of probably does. We don't do it on purpose. Better than your dad just putting his first name as your middle name. Had a friend who has that and he hates it. Yeah. But then my middle name would have been Jim. And there's power in a name. Would have been weird. Instead, I'm named after a murdered child. Wait, speaking of common names, anyone have that awkward moment when you date somebody with basically the same name as you? No shit, my sister Josha married a Josh. I still find it very strange. Like, what do you guys say in bed? Is it narcissism? I don't know. I don't think so. But like, it is. Oh, it's the dogs across the street. I can hear him going off. I can hear him. They bark every day, guys. And I don't know. Are you communicating? Can they hear you? They cannot hear you, right? They look so disappointed at me when I don't accept what they're doing. It'd be Katie Jim. It'd be amazing. Jim is the most powerful name. There's power in a name. It's true. I already have Jim on my ass. That'd be weird. Wouldn't that be narcissistic? Technically, the Finnish pronunciation is Marin, like Marin, with the rolling R, but I totally get that. My middle name, because it was some little girl's name, is like spelt pretentiously with a weird. I always forget the name of the little symbol over it. It's Renee, but the second E has this like bloop on it. I don't know. I've only seen my name like twice ever spelt the same way. That part is weird. I don't know what that is. Is it just an accent? I grew up being told it was an umlaut or something, and it is not an umlaut. I learned that in college. That is not what it is. So I just say, it's just a little, I don't know what the fuck it's for. It's just an accent. Cool. Yeah, the umlaut's the dots. It does not have dots. It's just a little like, and I think it just makes it Renee, like makes the E's an A sound or some shit. Is it the French spelling? I am not French, I don't think. It's the flavor mark. Yes. We're always, well, the Jim's been summoned. Josha and Josh. Mm-hmm. They met like, I think in school together. They both do like medical stuff. But yeah, it's very strange. Same name as your dad, then I'd be Jim and it'd be weird. My mom tried to name me after my dad and he was not having it. So his name as my middle name was the compromise. Your mom wanted to name you after your dad and your dad was not having it. Wow, that's so backwards than what it usually is. Huh. Hilarious. That's kind of funny. Do you hate it? Do you like it? Do you mind it? I chose my name at 13 because fuck my bio mom. Only within the last couple years have I used it openly. I want to legally change it one day. Good for you. Isn't that basically masturbation? Kind of. I'm wondering. I don't know. It's like fucking with a mirror over your bed, maybe? I have a friend who tried to spell his name all fancy and shit. He's just like, call me Mickey. But is it spelled like DXMEQ or some shit? Like how is it like, Ladasha, the legendary one? I think it is. McTaggart, I never got to play Pokemon as a child, but like, is it Pokemon? Pokemon? Because it's Renee. Calm. Oh my god. I should send that song to her. She'd love that. I'm down for a mirror in the bed, though. Sounds interesting. I don't know if I'd want to see my parts jiggle at that rate. That'd be a lot. Mikhail? Mikhail. But call him Mickey. I mean, that's kind of. Is that it? I feel like that's like a European spelling of that name. Like, it wouldn't be. It's only weird here, kind of thing. I never met a junior without a weird relationship with their father, and honestly, it feels like a setup from the start. I don't understand the junior stuff. I know it doesn't make any sense to me. Welcome, Robert. Thank you for that follow. I don't like, especially nowadays, like, why? Like, technically, I think I've told you, I like to fuck around on Ancestry.com for funsies. I'm like the 11th Catherine in a row ish, going by some other name like Katie or something. But like, I'm not called Catherine the 11th. No one was called Catherine the something. I know it doesn't happen that often with girls, but I just don't understand it. I think they just needed saint names and were lazy. I feel like I'd use a different name if I got in a relationship with the same name as me. I don't think I've ever met someone named a man. Well, I did fuck a Caitlin long, long ago. Is that? It's close ish, but not the same. I'm so sorry if you're out there. I did not forget you. Mirrors make good things during lovemaking better and bad things worse. Yeah, it's kind of like they're just going to exponentiate whatever the fuck is going down. I might be curious once, but like, I'm a firm believer that good sex will never look good. Like, if it looks good, it probably didn't feel that great, you know? I don't know. No shit, Craig. Does that make us Eskimo brothers? Oh, dude, Cocky has only ever been with dudes named Chris. That's that's quite the coincidence. I know she wouldn't eat. Like, there's no way. Like, that's super. Yes, very much so. Senior, junior, second, third, etc. are when you name your child the exact same name so you can tell them apart. Okay, but why not just name them something different? I know that might be a stupid question, just genuine. Why not just name them something different? Then you don't have to do that. George Foreman kids. Catherine. Saint Catherine, the one who wears a literal engagement ring made of Jesus's foreskin and also sucks pus and infection from wounds. What the fuck? Family? Catholicism is definitely witchcraft. Like, if that ain't crazy, I don't know what the fuck you call crazy. Like, oh my god, you have an infection? Allow me to suck it. You know how many people would claim to have like infections in their clits and dicks? Everybody. All the people. All of them. Oh my god, I feel so much better after you suck the infection off my clit. Let's go. Come on. Come on. What doesn't look great is in the eye of the beholder. True. You know what I was thinking about this other days, Aquarian? You just reminded me of this. Like, what do you think people would choose? So you know how like we have prejudice, we have racism, et cetera, but it's mostly based, or at least maybe not. I don't know the word for it. Not based, but like roots from how someone looks. Like if people just like if we were blind fish in a cave, or if we were like the salamanders that don't have eyes, if we just didn't have the sense of eyesight, would we be less hateful, or would our nature be to find another way to fucking other people and hate them anyways? You know? You learned important you did? Good wisdom? Good. I hope Eskimo brothers are a very dirty kind of siblinghood. Eskimo brothers, isn't Eskimo brothers when you fucked the same person, but not each other? So like we've been in the same hole, but at different times. I dated 3 Chris's in a row once. After the last one, my sister was like, "Bitch, if you don't pick a different name." You probably can't help it, honestly, if it's a common name. I think 2 of my exes have dated a Catherine or a Katie immediately, if not secondary, right after we broke up. But, like, if they're in your age group and it's, like, the top 5 names in the world, sometimes it can be hard to avoid, or they're obsessed with you, I don't know. On how people sounded, I thought about that or smelled maybe. Oh, to be a salamander without eyes. What adorable, creepy little creatures they are. I do enjoy facing adverse fellatio conditions. Shows a commitment to giving pleasure. What do you mean? What's an adverse fellatio condition? Like smegma? Crispy crunchities? Like what kind of obstacles are we talking here? My mom married a Jim and then a Tim. That's pretty close. There's always something people look for to find a way to hate others. The religion is the worst of them. It's othering, right? Like I think it's like human nature. It makes us feel safe or some bullshit. Rod can absolutely watch. I mean, can I vote for that? 3 Daves? Wow. Eskimo Sisters, that's just LA on a Thursday. See, Solace? Weird, huh? I mean, it's kind of hard to avoid when it's a super fucking common name like Katie. Or a lot of us got, the variations of Katie and we could just go by Katie, like Catherine or Kathleen or Kath. What is it? There's Catherine, and then I just said Caitlin. Some Caitlins go by Kate or Katie. Katie. They're all over. There's so many. I don't know why though. I wonder because back then, social media and shit. Like, was there a movie with like a Katie in it? Was there a famous Katie everybody was into? Why was Katie a top name? Seems odd. Penis kernels. Oh, Greg. Yeah. No, no, totally get that. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's those kind of adverse. I was gonna say, like, I'm not gonna go into a disease or like getting fucking thrush in my mouth. But I'll fuck on the third day of camping. Yeah, let's go. I think do you think feeling superior gives you a sense of safety though? Because the moment those social groups break down, people really fucking get scared. They freak out. They like need that shit. Just like when you like human nature to other people that are different, in any way, shape, or form, it gives them a sense of superiority. But why the superiority? I just wonder, like, is it because being superior makes them feel like safe, or is it just, you just need to feel better than somebody else, which is sad, but likely. I don't know. Questions for the universe. He can watch, but he must wear a cute onesie and sit in the corner like a midget in the porno. I think they prefer little people or angry elf. I'm so sorry. I love Buddy the Elf. Bad jokes. I think my weird name I'm attached to is Stephanie. I had multiple crushes on Stephanie's and dated one. I've always had a Stephanie close in my life in one way or another. Really? I don't know if I've ever had like a repeating name in my life. But there are weird, I don't want to even like there's weird trends with some names I've noticed. Like there are some names of people where I've never met a person with that name that I liked. They've always been like just a shitty human being or gave me an icky gut feeling. I'm not gonna say the names because I guarantee there's gonna be one of you in here and you're gonna be like, my name's Paper Dim, and I'll be like, you're gonna be probably fine. I've met some great Stephanie. I had one friend in college named Stephanie. She was pretty cool, but other than that, I don't know if I've known another Stephanie. Stefan's a great name. My name is Prepper Derp. Wow, that's really unique. Is that Swedish? I dated 3 Jennifers in a row, but they were all spelled differently. Oh, people trying to be unique. That's a fun one. I love that. I'm glad my parents didn't do that, but people still spell my name wrong regardless. Every Katie I've ever known has been a very benign person, like to say the least. Like they're very enjoyable in that they're just, I don't know. I think it's because we're basic ass bitches. Steph, oh my god, boom, Steph. I think I actually have a cousin named Steph, but she goes by something else. Dude, my mom almost named me Jan or Jean. She liked both of those names. I'm really glad she didn't get to name me. Like, yeah, sure, I got named after some fucking neighbors that were slaughtered by a murderer out on parole, but like, at least that I just no shade out there, but I don't know if I could have rode the wave with Gene on my belt. You know what I'm saying? I stand out no matter what, though. I only blend in on paper. Like, I didn't have a choice in terms of standing out. Unless I'm maybe no, unless I'm sitting down maybe in a dark theater. But, I didn't really get a choice in terms of, getting to I don't wanna stand out, but I do. If it like, in a you know what I'm saying? Even just going to TwitchCon recently, like, multiple times I got from multiple people, including Zach, "Man, I forget how tall you are until you're, like, out in a crowd," and then I'm like, "Jesus Christ, she's tall." I just didn't get a choice. Uh, Rhonda Renee, oh, that's beautiful, but my ex-aunt stole it? I kinda like the name Rhonda. They stole like, your aunt wow, what a douche. I have to pee so bad. That's a fucking douchebag move, though. I think something really similar happened to Eliza. Like, Eliza's mom had a different name picked out for her or something, and someone in the family was having a baby at a similar time, had their baby and stole the name. Something like that. That is so fucked up. Like, what the fuck? Inverse heels would be incredible. Can you imagine? They were pregnant at the time, but further along, she was born 5 months before me. That's fucked up. That is fucked up. That makes me sad. Rude. Oh, bless you, Greg. It's been a hellscape my whole life, and I hate it so much, and I would give it up in a second, but I appreciate you. I feel like just a Tim Burton character with flesh, you know? Like, I'm just legs and a head. I know, what happened to your ex-aunt? Did someone steal them? It's divorce, my dudes. I'm assuming. I'm so glad I never came to have a child with the last name Cox. There's so many things and angles to consider, man. But you just gotta, you gotta, then if it ever happens, just raise them on, what's that? I just blanked on it. Scrubs. And then maybe they'll inherently become like Dr. Cox and be kind of cool. And then it wouldn't matter what the fuck their name is because they'd just be really cool. You know? I knew a girl in school whose last name was Moorhead, but she just fucking owned it. Sucked a lot of dick. Rode that wave. She did it. She got it. I mean, it's just difficult having them.
Hail Satan.
It's just very difficult having the long legs. Okay, I have to pee so fucking bad. Eliza, remind me while I'm peeing. I'm just gonna didn't someone in your family steal your name or something? Didn't your mom have a name picked out and someone in your family had a baby really when you get out of therapy, remind me. Your cousin. It was your cousin. Yes, I called it. I remembered. Okay. I got to pee really. I went pee and I came out and it was just like I had opened the door already for the dogs to go out and sirens were going off like crazy and like 5 cop vehicles, SUVs and shit went flying by my house through the intersection. And my dogs were kind of losing their gourd. It's like cute, but I don't think they're having a good time, but they kind of get really panicky and Bill starts look like she was looking for me to hide behind and she howls like with the tone of the sirens and I don't think they're happy. It's cute to me, but I'm like, are you like hella uncomfortable right now? Oh, I don't know, my poor babies. Anyways, shall we play some BioShock? We should play some fucking BioShock. I don't think I run like a I don't know. I kind of gazelle run a little bit. I kind of when I run like it's a video game. I run on trails and shit. I don't like it. It's really bad to run on cement and asphalt, and I got a bad knee, so I run on trails and like leaping and jumping over rocks and roots and stuff. Like keeps my attention, keeps my interest. If I just run on like a street, I tend to trip and fall because I get bored. It's kind of like driving an automatic. I just don't know what to do with my body. I need something to keep my attention. So I don't know. I think I kind of run like a freak. I don't like keep a constant pace. I don't time myself or anything. I just do it because it's good for my anxiety, but that's about it. I don't know. I'd be curious. But I think I've seen the type of runner you're talking about, like the lopers. There used to be, when I lived in Bellingham, there was a guy that was on my running trail. I would always, he ran earlier than me and we'd always pass ways. And I swear he was a little bit taller than me and he always ran in like these short shorts and nothing else. He was like basically naked, but it looked like he was leaping when he ran. His stride was insanely long, like wildly. I don't know if he raced or whatnot, but it was crazy. Like he would have fucking floored me. He would have. There they are again. I can hear it. I know, Bill. It's just a siren. You're okay. They hate it so much. You hear it? I know, baby girl. It'll be over soon. My poor baby girl. I'll just do the category and stuff while she sings this the song of her people. She's the most she's singing us a song. What's a lemon, Bill? She doesn't know. See what I mean? It's precious, but like I don't think she's having a good time. She's such a sweet baby. My little killer. Oh, she's laying down. We're done? Are we done? Just thinking about it. We good now? Precious, precious baby girl. You guys got to hear. That's all they were doing. Is she just. And now she's got to hide behind me or under me or something because she's uncomfortable. I feel bad because like I tried. I don't want to like punish her because she's obviously experiencing something and hearing something I'm not hearing, but also it's something that's not dangerous, so I don't want to like comfort. It's so conflicting. It's conflicting. BioShock 2 fucking remaster, bitches. Where's my chat? There you are. She really is a sweet, sweet girl, but man, she's a killer. Like she's so weird. Dogs are weird. They definitely have their own personalities, and the fact that my dogs have been raised, they're twins from the same litter, raised together 100% of their life, and their personalities are so different. Just different as fuck. It's so weird. Like Lil is the one who kills rats and mice. She's my killer. And Trick, like, just hangs out. He's there for the party. But she's also the one that, like, when stuff like that happens, she's got to hide behind my legs, like, hide under me. She, isn't the first one to run up to someone and be friendly with them. She definitely, Trick is. Trick doesn't give a fuck. He loves everybody. He has zero fear, probably recklessly so. Gets that from me. But Lil is, like, unsure of people and, like, will hide behind my legs until she's sure of them. Hydrated as fuck. Oh, we're not a good bra. We're algae bra. I wonder if algae needs one just to feel perky. Oh my god. Oh, that feels good. Same. I have two. One girl, one guy out of all the siblings that ended up just, you know, I call them like they have existential victimhood in their brain, you know what I'm saying? Like it doesn't matter what the situation is, like nothing matters. They are the victim. They are never ever at fault. They do no wrong. And I don't know what happened. It's so weird thinking on it now because I remember being kids with them. and just thinking that they're adults that still act the same, you know? When the rest of us, like, we're the same core human being, but we grew up a little. Not all the way, because growing up is stupid, but, really? Mine just keep going to prison and getting kids taken away from by the state. I wish the state would throw them somewhere where they could get diagnosed with something and maybe get some help. That'd be nice. I hope it works out for yours. Better than it has for mine. Oh, they all got sick? I think it's going around right now. Oh, she abandoned her first two kids. My parents had to adopt them. Oh, God, keep them going in the system. This is why when I became the oldest child. I feel that. Yeah. Oh, I mean, I'm sorry, I assumed. That was an idiotic mistake. I assumed she had gotten help because you said she was diagnosed with something, and to get diagnosed with something, it's usually like extensive amounts of appointments with a psychologist or psychologist and a team of them, et cetera, to get like an official diagnosis. So I assumed based on that, that was it. But like, that could have just been when she was locked up for something stupid, because maybe they do that. Maybe they actually get mental health care in prison, which like good, but we should also get it, right? She's proud. That's nice. She's proud to be a malignant okay. I gotta pee, too bad to even think about that one. I'm so sorry. Sucks to have that shit. M I'm fine, just clumsy as hell. I was blowing my nose and walking at the same time, God forbid. It's my idiot problem for leaving out a Dremel with a very sharp bit on it, just chilling there with a cord, because I'm a dumbass. I know. Just walking past it. What am I dremeling? I'm trying to make like my own palette for watercolors. I can never find a palette that doesn't have watercolors in it, and I have a shit ton of watercolor tubes, and I want to like so I sawed like a trunk of tree. I have like a block of like a circle of like a what would you say like a like a section out of the middle of a tree, and I've been dremeling into it, but I don't have any bits big enough, so it takes for fucking ever. So I gave up after two. I have to find a bit bigger, a bigger bit. I walk into shit constantly, especially with my hips. It's like I should be aware of this body by now, but it just doesn't work out. I don't know. For some reason. Someday it'll happen. I will wake up and be like, oh shit, it happened. I know where my angles are, but I don't know. Someday. Yeah, like a bigger diameter. All the bits I have that are meant for like wood carving are really small. They're meant to like bore out basically small stuff or do details. I don't have anything that's like, you basically need it. I think it's like a drill bit. Like actually it's a round, like a circular saw bit that bores out. I don't know. I don't have it. So I have all these tiny things that I've been trying to do it with. Shoulder, dude. Yep. I definitely shoulder check a lot of things. Elbow check, shoulder check, hip check, a lot. And then I bang my ankles on stuff. My little ankle bone, like that one spot that's just like a funny bone. It's just like horrific and you have to crumple down. Like no damage. You're just like, fuck, why did I hit that part of me? It's terrible. I hate it so much. Thank you, Mayo. Dude, right? I wish. I do. I need definitely a bigger bit. I was looking. Oh, here's the wood thing. I'll show you. So this is my idea, and then I'm gonna fill it with resin. So it's like obviously the paint won't go into the wood, but I managed to get two, and then I was just like, "Fuck, this bit is ridiculous. It's so tiny. Like it takes so much effort just to do those two." I was like, "This is crazy. I need something that just like wonk wonk, just the circles." But I don't have that thing. And bits are expensive. You guys probably know if you know anything about drill shit. They're pricey. And I have some nice bits, but they're tiny. Dude, Lorna Shren's the shit. I mean, I told you when I say I like something and I'm adding it to the list, I'm not lying. I would never say that just to be nice. I'm never just nice, especially when it comes to music. I genuinely enjoy this. It's good. It sounds like something that looks like it would be out at Burning Man. Like the few metal things I found. Dude, Dremel is the shit. It's so fucking versatile. The one nice thing about having a prosthetic leg, when the prosthetic runs into things, I don't get hurt. I mean, I don't necessarily get hurt. It's just more annoying, but I get you. I feel you on that one. I wish my ribs would stop hurting. Boo. So I could get a full cough out. You could do, I mean, I don't know if this will help, but have you ever heard me talk about the opera cough, C-Town? It's something that we teach to people in the hospital who have rib injuries or that they've had, like, really bad, like, really serious, uh, surgeries on their thoracic cavity anywhere so they can't cough because it might rip stitches or something. So basically what you wanna do is you can do this just upright sitting at your desk like you would normally, but it's best if you can get to a place where you can get on all fours, but then lower your basically head below your ass. Get your head below your ass in any way, shape, or form, whether you're on your back or just on all fours. Usually what we would have people do is get on all fours like a dog, like on your knees and your hands, but then drop to your elbows. So you're on your elbows and your knees. And then what you're gonna do is instead of like I actually have shit in my lungs, so this might do something. Take a huge breath, and then you're just gonna exhale it as hard and as long as you possibly can. And it's actually something that singers do because coughing apparently, like, scars up your throat or your vocal cords or something like that, and it's bad for singing. So you just big old breath and and it's actually better than a cough. Like, it literally it gets deeper into the bronchioles than a normal cough will. Coughs only spasm so deep. But it gets shit up. It works. But it's best if you can get yourself, we call it prone, just head below your ass a little bit because gravity is always going to help stuff slide out. But that it doesn't instigate that like clench of all your your thoracic cavity muscles, hurting your rib or whatever. Yep, asthma physio is a big one. Absolutely. Yeah. Unfortunately, my head is stuck in my ass. How are you typing? This is magic. Same. I wake up with bruising, which is really weird. I guess it's not weird because I run into shit all day, but I never remember where it comes from. That also happens to be a trait common in neurospiciness, running into shit all the time. I believe it. It's worth it, and it's like obviously if it causes more pain, like don't do it. But it could help. It's definitely something we do a lot with people who have had like serious surgeries and stuff like that because it just doesn't, when you cough, all of this goes like, you know. It's a bad. It can hurt. You know what I'm saying? I hope you're doing well, Mayo. Thank you, hate. I found it in the mud. It's a child's shirt, and then I tie-dyed it. Free. Yay. Free shirts are the best shirts. Dude, Erican, that's fantastic. Dude, James, though. James, stop swirling your hands. Oh. Oh, that shit's amazing. Or having poor balance is a trait. I used to think I had horrible balance. I learned a trick. I think I still have terrible balance. I fall over and I'm like clumsy. I'm very clumsy. But I learned this trick. Try it. If you ever like have to, you're trying to put on a shoe on one leg and you don't have nowhere to sit down, pick a spot. Like literally just look at the ground and if there's anything you can look at, like a spot on the ground or a spot on the wall and keep your eye on that one spot, you can balance forever. It's incredible. I've done it. I don't know what it is. Like, I think it's like that thing with driving, wherever your eyes are, you'll kinda drift that way. Just pick, like, a fucking, like, spackle on the wall, like, the one spot, and do not take your eyes off that one spot while you're putting your shoe on, it's incredible, you will balance. Wild. But beyond that, I will fall over. Cheers. No shit, Erican. I can't remember where I learned it. Someone taught it to me millions of years ago, because I was like, "There's no way I cannot balance on one foot." Like, I just start to teeter like I'm on a boat. Tired from lack of sleep over the few days? Boo. But I made a joke during a group meeting, so I'm proud of myself. Ooh, did you get laughs? Laughs are the best. Cheers, Viana. It always feels good when you can make a couple people giggle. They're just trying to be cute now. No, it's not the game, thankfully. This is just blinking at me now. This is great. I'm gonna turn that off. I can't see shit. I can see chat. Thankfully, one monitor didn't go, but the rest did. I don't even know. Is it what? This is terrible. What time is it? I think it's about that time anyway. It's about the time I usually like end stream and go take my dogs for a walk. So I'm gonna safely try to do that. Oh my god, how do I see OBS? It's on the wrong monitor. Hold on. Almost safely try to do this. Oh fuck, where is it? Shit. Yeah, that blue screen is terrible. Um, I wanted to safely try to raid somebody and then, you know, take my dogs for a walk. But it's not. I don't know what to do. I think I might have to like alt and just crash the program. I think I might just have to like end OBS. Um We're having a really this has been great. Honestly, I had a lot of fun today. I can't this is terrible. This blinking screen is terrible, but I had a lot of fun and the game's in a really good spot. I will not be shutting my computer down or anything. I'm gonna figure this out because I have to save it. I saved it recently, I think. But we're like on the tip of the dick of this game right now. We will continue tomorrow, I promise. I'm really excited. I want to see where the fuck it goes. But damn it. Fucking I love my dogs so much, but I got nothing. I can't even see OBS right now. And I was trying to do the like right click move app and it's not doing it. So, I mean, I saved I think in the game pretty recently, but it's just the monitors. I think my computer I think because we can hear it, I think they just did something where they touched the HDMI or something. I don't know what they've done. This blinking blue is amazing. But I can't move the program, so I just have to crash out of it. So I can raid somebody. Let's see. I'm gonna raid Ezekiel underscore I. I think he's a relatively new streamer. Kind of new to the game, you know. Doesn't really know what he's doing yet, but I think he's a friendly person in general. Sometimes seems a little angry, but it's not anger. It's just, misplaced clown hate or something. Sounds sketch. um. So yeah, I'm gonna toss you guys over to Zach's channel and then figure these monitors out so we don't lose our gameplay so far. But I'll be back tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. Mountain Time, whatever that is for you. Fucking whatever. Come hang out tomorrow if you want. I got nothing. I can't even see chat now. I love you guys. Thank you for being awesome. Peace, motherfucker. This is a bad. Oh, God. Guys,